I was born in Poland, and of course I'm Catholic. So I grew up Catholic, and my parents immigrated to Australia when I was about 3.5 years old. Yeah, look, I grew up in southwest Sydney. I was part of a typical migrant family. You know, we didn't have a lot. I did feel connected to the Catholic identity. I just didn't have a relationship with Christ. For me, it was just an identity, and it stopped at that.
If you heard my testimony of 5 thresholds, can definitely rate to Tomas there. You know, church was cultural, but we didn't have a personal relationship with Jesus.
Like when we would pray at school, I hated it. It was boring. Like I hated going to Mass. I didn't see why I needed it because I didn't feel like it did anything for me. So that's why it was Catholic in name and Catholic in identity.
And once again, similar to Eddie Pettybourne's experience of what he was sharing about being Catholic, you know, it's just being Catholic in name. You know, when we pray, because we don't have a relationship with Jesus, you know, it's just more of ritual.
But not in practice. Halfway through my first year of university, I turned 18, and so that's when I got into the drinking. I started going out, the parties, the girls. I started to really get into new music, and so I was going to a lot of festivals as well. And I was just chasing that party lifestyle.
I basically went through the same phase as well. Yeah, can understand.
So slowly, the morals I had were whittling away. And it wasn't like it was one big thing where I just let it all go and said, I'm just going to do whatever I want. It's like fast food. Fast food is pleasurable when you eat it. But if you keep eating it and keep eating it, are you going to feel satisfied and good? No. It makes you feel like absolute garbage, right? The turning point for me was, in fact, World Youth Day in Sydney, 2008.
What's needed is not the annihilation of my desires. What's needed is the perfection, the redemption of our desires.
And it happened to be Jason Ever giving one of his chastity talks. And it's the first time I heard anything like that. And I remember sitting there thinking, this actually makes sense.
Yep, can relate to Tomas there. And yeah, a lot of young people, they experience personal relationship with Jesus on World Youth Day. Shout out to Jason Everett, and like Thomas, you know, never heard of Theology of the Body. You know, when I was in New Zealand, never spoke about it. It wasn't until, you know, hearing about Jason Everett and moving to Sydney, you know, I was like, oh well, you know, there are actual, you know, rules of Catholic morality. So that's quite interesting. I can relate to that.